Geoffrey Nice is an international human rights lawyer joining us from Canterbury here in the UK. Geoffrey, thank you very much for your time. First of all, I'd like to have your reaction to that report, because on the face of it, it seems pretty damning on the UK government.
Yes, it's very concerning. By the way, I'm not holding myself out as an expert in any way on citizenship rights, but from first principles, it's pretty shocking that the government doesn't want back all categories of people who could come back from those camps. You've got the men who may be usually security risks, and if they fell within UK jurisdiction, might well be subject to investigation and trial. But the focus of this report is on the much larger percentage of women and children who it's very reasonable to assume found themselves there innocent, really, of anything except being forced, taken, cajoled there, and thereafter, once there, according to the evidence, subjected to the most horrifying circumstances, giving birth to children, incidentally, who are often then killed or died, and having no recourse. So, yes, it's an extremely disturbing report. One thing that I think should also be focused on is that when the government, as appears to be the case, has a policy of stripping people of citizenship and using that as one way of saying it has no duty to them, has it disregarded the 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights? Does that really say that you only have rights if you're a citizen of somewhere? I don't think it does. These people are human beings. Their children are human beings. They have the universal rights that we all have. And if they're citizens of this country, then this country should be doing something to respect those rights. And if and insofar as any of them need to be subject to the testing exercise of investigation about crime, then they can be subject to that as well.
I mean, this matter isn't just a United Kingdom problem. There are a list of countries, of course, who have brought some of their citizens home and have repatriated them. So what do you think it says about this UK government that they are, at the moment, refusing to do that?
Well, I'm not over-enthusiastic about making comments on what might be political matters, but it would be quite easy to think that this sort of approach is responding to political preference on the part of voters. And if it is, then that's itself, were it to be that, and that's for others to decide, that would be extremely regrettable, because I have no doubt that the citizens of this country, if they gave their careful and thoughtful consideration to the plight of women and children in the circumstances described in this report, would not wish them left as exiles without statehood in an unknown in a place where there is no access to mechanisms to gather their rights. No, they'd probably want them brought back. But between the considered consideration of many people on many issues and what government does is the ability of politicians and others to generate knee-jerk responses. So these people, of course, Muslims often by faith, seem to be associated with people said to be terrorists, are quite an easy target for soft or indeed hard political propaganda. And therefore, a government that responds to that sort of propaganda quietly or explicitly is likely to be gathering votes. And if that's the reason for taking this line, so much in contradiction to the line taken by other European and even the American governments, then that's pretty sad.
OK, we appreciate you joining us on the programme. That is Geoffrey Nice, there, an international human rights lawyer here in the UK.